Lexi Hull being back in Indiana in the gym, working out. We saw Keith Porter in there. We saw Lexi shooting her shots. We saw Lexi with reverse lay.
Lexi Hull is back in Indiana, hitting the gym and putting in the work. We saw Keith Porter in the mix, and Lexi was busy taking shots and performing reverse layups. Ever wonder why some players improve while others plateau?
Trying to figure out why she's putting so much time in developing an outside shot when she works under the basket.
The Indiana Fever just released Lexi Hull's new workout video, and it's shedding light on everything wrong with Angel Reese's training approach. This isn't just a small difference, it's a night and day contrast in what really matters for player development. I'm trying to understand why Reese is spending so much time developing an outside shot when her primary role is under the basket. Meanwhile, Hull is grinding it out with Caitlin Clark and Brianna Turner, working on game-specific situations, while Reese is busy filming herself, allegedly practicing, if you can even call it that. One player is building championship habits, and the other is focused on creating an Instagram highlight reel that doesn't reflect her actual role. Let's break down why this is so important for both players' futures and how Reese's approach is being put to shame. Stick around, because we'll reveal a shocking statistic that will put Reese in her place.
Just that old school.
Have you seen Lexi Hull's new training video? The Indiana Fever just dropped it, and it's making waves for all the right reasons. Unlike the flashy, overproduced workout videos flooding social media, we're looking at you, Angel Reese. Hull's footage shows something refreshingly authentic, real basketball development with purpose. What stands out right away is how purposeful every drill is. Hull isn't working out alone. She's alongside Caitlin Clark and Brianna Turner, running through specific sets that are designed to improve their on-court chemistry. This isn't just random shooting practice. This is a calculated approach that targets exactly where Hull struggled early last season. The Fever's use of a motion offense, or what some call a read and react system, is at the heart of Hull's training. For those who aren't familiar, this offensive system thrives on constant player movement and strategic cutting to create scoring opportunities. Hull's workout directly addresses the skills she needs to succeed in this framework. You can see her working on her catch-and-shoot technique, running through screens and developing movement patterns to get open looks next season. Her training is focused on 3 key areas that perfectly align with her role: shooting mechanics with a textbook high release point, screen and cut actions with a focus on finishing at the rim, and building a reliable mid-range game, including floaters. What makes this approach so smart is how it complements Clark's playmaking abilities. Hull is practicing the exact shots she'll get when Clark draws defenders and creates passing lanes.
The reasons, other than the defense she plays and getting her hands on balls and all the other stuff Lexi does, that makes us absolutely cheer for her and appreciate her, it's that she does it with such joy. Joy, the 3-letter word that is so huge in sports, and we don't always see that in people, but there's that joy on her face.
The Fever coaching staff seems to have analyzed Hull's performance data carefully. If you watched last season, you probably noticed that Hull's shooting efficiency and overall impact skyrocketed after the Olympic break, when she earned more consistent minutes. This training video shows they're doubling down on what worked, fine-tuning the skills that helped her transition from bench player to key contributor. What's striking about the footage is its substance. No gimmicks, no flashy music, no unnecessary props, just athletes grinding through repetitions of game-specific scenarios they'll face next season. It's pure basketball work.
Footage out there of Angel working on her game, in the lab, as they say, and mostly what we see is Angel shooting three-pointers.
One of the things that makes us cheer for Lexi Hull is her joy. The three-letter word that's so vital in sports and not always visible in players is joy. She's consistently smiling, engaged, and clearly loving the process of improvement. This positive mindset is a crucial ingredient for player development. When athletes genuinely enjoy their training, they're more likely to put in the extra work needed to make significant progress. This strategic approach to training helps explain why Hull improved so much as last season progressed. By focusing on skills that directly relate to her role in the Fever's system, she's positioning herself to be more than just a role player. She's becoming a vital piece that makes the entire offense more dangerous.
It's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at layups. But I was looking at her stats. I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad. And even worse than that is that shots from 5 to 9 feet, 13.
Meanwhile, there's footage of Angel Reese working on her game in the lab, mostly shooting three-pointers. It's like watching someone practice violin for a piano recital. When a 6'3" post player who shot just 18% from beyond the arc last season dedicates her off-season to becoming the next Steph Curry, while neglecting to improve her 44.5% finishing rate from within 5 feet and 39% overall, you have to question what's going on.
Oh, it's Angel Reese! Left alone! Bang! My money, and I want it now! Corner 3-ball! Butter pecan! Burn!
Y'all gonna disrespect me and not guard me? Well, hand down, man down. Burn!
McDonald's handing out brand deals for this kind of bag work. I'll take a lot less. Help a brother out. Bang!
Really only need 3,997 more threes to catch Steph.
It's a fact. She's not good at layups. I looked up her stats, and here's what I found. She shot an abysmal 39% from the field, below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad, and even worse, 13% on shots from 5 to 9 feet.
Tell me why I love her odds. Look at her defenders. They moonwalk backwards. She's always gonna be open. Bang! If only the IRS left me alone like Angel's defenders leave her alone. Tax evasion! Bang! Her new nickname is 7-Eleven because she's open 24/7, baby. Bang! Shout out to my Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham. This is for you.
Basketball is a game of roles, and each player has a specific job within the team system. Hull has embraced her role as a movement shooter who creates spacing and opportunities in the Fever's offense. Reese, on the other hand, is supposed to be an interior force and an elite rebounder for the Sky. But when you watch her training videos, you'd think she was auditioning for a completely different position.
Oh, refreshing to see some shots actually make it. Refreshing? Oh no, that's Angel Reese's music! Bang! You like Mustangs? Your favorite player is Lawal Dang? Oh, you said bang!
Doing the Angel Reese in the NBA now. Watch again.
Took 2 slabs of butter, rubbed his hands together, and said, butter pecan. Bang! All right, back to business. Line bag work, Brittany Griner, you said you rang? Bang!
Chicago Sky fans aren't staying quiet about this either. Social media has been flooded with comments like, "Why is she working on threes when she can't even make a layup?" It's a sentiment that captures the frustration of watching a player ignore her most pressing development needs. One fan pointedly asked, "Is Reese trying to be Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark?" The contrast couldn't be more telling.
He said she's got the coordination skills of a baby giraffe. I don't know what baby giraffes did to receive that kind of slander, but I won't stand for it. Bang!
The WNBA is back in little over a month. Friendly reminder, we're not watching because of one person. We're watching because of her, too. Must be nice to look this clumsy at your job and then declare you're underpaid. Privilege! Bang! Justice for all baby giraffes out there. I will fight the good fight. Bang! One thing to take from these videos, never give up, because if she can do it, you can do it too!
Here's an eye-opening statistic. Nearly 40% of Reese's rebounds come from her own missed shots. That's not a typo. Almost half her rebounding stats are from cleaning up her own misses instead of working on becoming a more efficient finisher around the rim, which would immediately boost her value. She's shooting threes with little chance of them being part of her actual game.
Trying to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of basketball. Real good rebounding season, but the shooting, well, it was a lacking, okay? It was a lacking. The mainstream media just decided to cover that up throughout the season when she was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA.
Meanwhile, Lexi Hull converted 47% of her three-point attempts last season. Red-hot accuracy that opens up the floor for her teammates. What's really baffling is that these are basketball 101 errors, basics, shooting fundamentals that any halfway decent coach would spot and correct in the first training session. It raises serious questions about whether Reese is getting legitimate technical guidance or if she's surrounded by yes men who won't tell her the uncomfortable truth about her shooting mechanics.
Okay, so here you see she's being fed the ball. She's in the right corner. She gets the ball. And again, if you're going to work on expanding your game, okay. But at least make sure that your technique is right. So I'm hoping that this guy and whoever else works with her will work on her technique, because I don't care how many you shoot like this with nobody guarding you. If your technique is not right, you might get a few here or there by happenstance or whatever, but you're not going to consistently knock down shot.
As we look ahead to the 2025 season, the difference in developmental approaches between Hull and Reese is clear. The Fever are building a team that's focused on player development with purpose. Lexi Hull is becoming more than just a complementary piece. She's essential to the Fever's championship aspirations. Meanwhile, Reese risks becoming another cautionary tale of unfulfilled potential.
Her arms, her wrists are crossed. Her wrists are crossed, which is the wrong form. Your wrist should not be crossed. You should be totally aligned to your target. So this means that her shooting hand, which is her left, is crossing over. Her elbow, therefore, jutting out.
The Fever's player development program isn't just about talent acquisition.
Angel is here. Watch this. Look how far out the ball is. Look how far out she's showing the defense. I'm telling you right now, that's what you call cookies. Cookies for days is what we say when we get our hands on the basketball that is shown to us in that way.
It's about building a team of specialists who excel in complementary areas.
Going to work with Angel, then I'm hoping that he's stopping her and he's saying this, need to get that right. Me as a coach, when I see that, I'm stopping you. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I can't get so excited that the shot is falling that I forget that the technique.
This targeted approach is creating a team with the potential to be a dynasty.
This is like WNBA leveling up and all eyes on her now. I think that she knows that she has to completely restructure her form, because that is not the way to be efficient in the post position that she is in. At the post position that she's in, a layup is supposed to be a given. She needs to improve her touch around the rim, like all over the place, but she seems to take these desperation shots.
Reese, on the other hand, is risking her future by focusing on skills that don't align with her role.
What Steph White is doing and what the Fever organization is doing is nothing less than phenomenal, in my opinion. They are taking this young, talented core that they have, you know, with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, and they're adding veteran players that Stephanie White has already worked with. Let's talk about that too, and has chemistry with and knows the work ethic of. And they are building this super team, make no mistake about it, that is going to give you instant result.
The Fever are building something sustainable through methodical skill development, while Reese's development path seems directionless by comparison. It's not about raw talent anymore.
And then my goals for Caitlin, I just want her to just destroy everything, right? Like I wanna give her like the extra tools to where now the way the teams used to play her, you can't do that anymore. You can't force her to take these shots. So now what do? You just got to take that. You just got to take these points and just get on the other end, right? So that's my goal. I want her to just feel super comfortable in every scenario, every coverage, whatever it is, and just destroy teams, right? You know, the goal is ultimately.
It's about the systems and coaching surrounding these players.
Ethic, how to persevere, not getting too high or too low, and just playing as a team, and it can make all the world of difference to win. And got a very hungry team here. I've said several times, a lot of people didn't want to see Indiana after their all-star break, how they came and finished the season. Nobody wanted to see them in the playoffs. So I'm excited to see that group back, but also adding in a lot of veteran experience and a lot of winning veteran experience.
As the 2025 season kicks off, don't be surprised if the gap between these two teams widens dramatically.
We knew that Caitlin Clark was this phenomenal talent, but she was entering a league that she was not familiar with. She was a rookie. The Indiana Fever have been actively building and rebuilding their organization and this team, and they have a lot of incredible pieces. But the fact that they were able to get into the playoffs and be a team that, although they didn't, advance far in the playoffs, they were a team that we kept saying, if you face them, they're gonna make it difficult for you. That organization then saw that and said, we're capitalizing on this and we're doing it now.
The Fever are on the path to greatness, while Reese's path seems to be getting off track.
Breaking news came down, so we have to discuss it. This is what we do here. We're talking about the Indiana Fever making yet another move, Alicia, because they're Thanos right now and they're collecting all the Infinity Stones.
Basketball careers are defined by these crucial developmental years, and one team is treating it like science, while the other is treating it like a social media campaign.